Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Jays with Them podcast. I am your host, Jaden, as always. And I'm here today with my boys from Against the Call, Nick and Mike. Thank you guys for joining us. We are glad to have you back on. It's been a minute. So,
yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah. It's
always happy to be on, though. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I love having you guys on. You bring that different type of energy to the podcast. So we love it here. So thank you guys again for doing this. And let's get started, man. So, obviously, championship weekend is over. Now, Super Bowl is set. As we talked about before, not the teams probably a lot of the country wants to be in it, but here we are.
Yeah.
So, Chiefs matching up with the 49ers. But before we get to that, championship weekend, guys, what were your thoughts?
It was interesting, especially that Chiefs-Ravens game. They had some questionable calls throughout the game, and of course, somehow, some way, the Chiefs win again. And Taylor Swift's on the field, and then they showed her like 100 times that game.
I think that the officiating was actually decent. Honestly, let's talk about the second half offensive collapse from the Ravens. I mean, that's not like on the officials. I mean, sure, there were more penalty yards against the Ravens, but that was just undisciplinary on their part. Like, I think it was actually fair officiating for the first time in Chiefs history. I'm not going to sit here and say like there may have been like zero bad calls, because there's always bad calls, but I think it was good. I think that this weekend like lived up to the hype. I think it lived up to everything. I mean, just the teams that we wanted didn't win, but it was great games.
Yeah, I agree. It was great games. They were entertaining. Like you said, the Ravens kind of just went cold in the second half. And for some reason, I saw this on Instagram. Like for some reason, they were not running the ball. I don't know what that was about, but like, hey, what's gotten you to this point? Pretty much the whole year, you're running the football.
And look at the first half too. I mean, whenever Lamar got his big runs, they just kept pushing downfield. Gus Edwards, he kept pushing downfield, and then you get to the second half, and then boom, it's just like nothing's there. There's no offensive production because nobody can catch the ball. When you got to rely on Mark Andrews the whole game and Zay Flowers, I mean, come on. Odell's not out there doing anything. He had like 2 receptions. Did he even have that? I don't know.
No, there was a pass interference call that was not called on him, though. That was pretty obvious. That and the Isaiah Likely pass interference that was not called. Those are two. They could have made something happen in that second half if those were called. But they were pretty long passes. It's just disappointing, but it's funny, and it's also funny because all these Ravens fans just see Taylor Swift and they just hate her even more.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I can get their pain. I understand.
They're all Kanye fans anyways. So
just them blasting Kanye after the game.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, let's also talk about the off the field drama with Kadarius Toney. I mean, what's all that about? That's hilarious.
He said he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, he's like, they capped him there or something he was saying. I'm like, I'm like, bro, where did this come from? I'm like, what is this?
So, just didn't want him to play.
That's funny. Like, he actually said that. He's like, they capped him, man. I'm not hurt. Like, bro, that's hilarious.
In his live, that was funny.
Yeah, I don't see him having a great future in the league, like, at this rate, honestly. Especially not whenever, like, you go on Instagram and do that. Like, this give me Antonio Brown vibes.
Well, now that's a whole different thing.
Antonio Brown is at least good.
I'm still waiting for that. Hey, I'm still waiting for that podcast, man. I'm still waiting for that CTV podcast. So I'm still, hey, for listening. When are we gonna get it, man?
Hey, you don't need a podcast. Just go to his Twitter account. All the good stuff's right there.
Oh yeah, right, exactly.
Did y'all saw like the memes and like going around like Lamar Jackson? If you can hear us, please save us.
Yeah.
After the game, people were like, Kadarius Toney, if you can hear us, please save us. Like, because all the 49ers fans want him to play. This is the only person that can make the Chiefs lose, it looks like.
Yeah. I have this feeling, I guess we're still talking about championship games, so I'll wait till my feelings come later. But we can get onto the Lions 49ers game. I'm sure you want to talk about that, Jay. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Listen, you guys know around here, we know how it is to have leads and blow them. So I was feeling for a lot of Lions fans last night, and a lot of people were saying it was the biggest choke job since Super Bowl 51. And or you can put it up there with the Chargers last year. But regardless, yeah, it was bad in the second half. Like, I mean, you got to see C.J. Gardner-Johnson, like, when
waving goodbye.
I'm like,
second half.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
he made me hope the Lions lost. He's the only person I don't like on the Lions. Everyone else I like, but CJ, he can just get very cocky and annoying.
And then Debo been beefing. I'm like, bro. Look, and I love like it's a line, man. It's a line. Football is awesome. I love the trash talk and all that stuff. And it is fun. It's entertaining, but it's like it gets to a certain point where, dude, if you just like yapping, like, come on, like, especially
It's good to see you lose.
Yeah. Very true.
I mean, they had a good first half, man. I like what Detroit was doing the first half. I was surprised at how well they were able to really move the ball. And I said that the Lions would be probably the only team in the NFC to give the 49ers a game. And they did for one half. So those are my thoughts, man.
Yeah.
They just couldn't finish.
For the 49ers, like, I mean, at the beginning, they weren't even doing bad in the first half. They weren't as fast paced as the Lions were. But overall, they were like dominating that game defensive wise in the second half at least. They kept Jared Goff and all their star players, Jameer Gibbs, Amon-Ra, kept them from outscoring or while not letting them convert on those fourth downs. They did a great job, and I think they could possibly win the Super Bowl this year if they play like that.
Yeah, I'm praying they do.
I'm praying too.
So Nick, what about you, man? What did you think?
I mean, I thought it was I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch the game. We already talked about this before, but from what I could see, I mean, instant choke job. And I've also heard about the Dan Campbell play calling was pretty questionable. You don't go for 2 field goals, which would have won you the game. If you would have went for those, it would have won. And he simply didn't. And people were coming at his head. I still think he's a great coach. I think he's a ballsy coach. And then sometimes that loses you games. But also you can't doubt that he's one of the best Lions head coaches of all time at this rate. Like, there's no denying that. And if he would have got to the Super Bowl, he would have been the best. But I think they still have a good shot for next year. Honestly, I think that they're still going to contend. I'm excited to see what they do next year. This was awful though, and for you to be a franchise like the Lions, it's just expected. Like if it were the Browns against the Chiefs, the Browns would have lost. It's just they always come up short somehow in some heartbreaking fashion, and it's just I don't know. I remember seeing I was at a meeting for my work, and I remember seeing the halftime score. It was like 24-7 or something like that. And then I get off work from the meeting and boom, 34-31. I'm like, of course. I'm just thinking, of course. Like, why else would it not be? And then we got Chiefs versus 49ers. It's literally like the same thing as 4 years ago. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Brock Purdy did amazing. He was running on his feet, getting the first downs, over 40 yards rushing. Also, 2 passing touchdowns, I believe. He's great, and I mean, it showed that last year when he got hurt that he's still the dude. He can get the job done even if he was Mr. Irrelevant. He's not so Mr. Irrelevant now, still being a top quarterback in the league.
What about him being a game manager? What do you think about that?
Oh, boy.
I think
boy, understand. These are
not
my comments coming for me. I don't look. Brock is amazing, dude. He's great. You guys know I love Brock Purdy and his story, but he also, he just goes out there and does what he has to get done. So I mean, he did the job he was supposed to do. So did he make some plays he should have made? Probably, but hey, they're in the Super Bowl, so kudos to him and the 49ers. But yeah. Yeah,
and I mean, going back to it being the same one as 2020, these are 2 completely different teams that we got to look forward to. I think that the 49ers are way better on paper. But with it being the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, that's what scares me. I think that last year the Eagles are better on paper and they still lost by 3. I think that this game is going to come down to the wire either way. Some of my friends think it's going to be a blowout. I really don't think so. I think that this is going to come down to the fourth quarter, like 6 minutes left, honestly. I'm excited to see. I mean, you got to look back 4 years ago, this team didn't have CMC. And that's what I think could be the game changer.
They also didn't have Brandon Ayuk.
They didn't have Brandon Ayuk either. I mean, this now they did have Jimmy G, which skill-wise at that time could be the same Brock Purdy. I'm just saying. But I think that, yeah, he could. He had less. Jimmy G had less weapons, and that translates into this year.
Yeah. No, man, I remember that Super Bowl. You guys remember the Niners were up 10 points, 20-10.
Yeah.
And in classic Kyle Shanahan fashion, the league was blowing. And I told you guys, like, hey, Kyle's back in it now. He's got to put on his big boy pants, and he's got to. You can't mess it up. Okay, honest question. Do you guys think, like, if the Niners go in here and say it's similarly like last time, they blow it, do we have to start having some conversations about Kyle Shanahan?
No, I don't think so. I think that, like, if he wins the Super Bowl, then his style of play is going to be honored all around the NFL. It's finally worked. But at the end of the day, I mean, he still is getting the team to the Super Bowl. He's still getting them to the NFC Championship.
Over and over again.
Right. But if they're not getting, their results.
They're not getting it done, yeah.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong, dude. I love Kyle.
Next year, if he loses again.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle is great, dude. He's one of the better, great offensive minds we've had. It's just he sometimes can't really, get it done. We asked to, but I hope that changes for them. So I just asked that question. I was curious to see what you guys thought about that. Like, could maybe not if next year, the year after. What if it's that? I don't know. But we'll see. So.
Yeah. I think that this 49ers team is definitely going to get, like, it's going to be a hard game either way, considering the fact that they're playing against one of the Chiefs' best defenses that Patrick Mahomes has ever had. Yeah. I mean, they held the Ravens to 10 points, and over the regular season, they were scoring like 30-plus a game. So this is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how they handle CMC, especially. I think that he's going to be getting. He should be at least getting, like, the ball like 75% of the time in this game if they actually want to win it.
Yes, please.
But who knows?
Yeah, they need defensive wise. I mean, you said this is Pat Mahomes' greatest defense he's played with, but it's also his worst offense he's ever had, and that's what's going to come up great for the 49ers. They really need to double team Travis Kelce most of the game.
He's still going to get open, man.
They have to. They somehow have to cover him. I don't know how he always gets open. It's crazy. But I mean, other than they have MBS that makes one great catch a game. So as long as they just need to have a fast dude on MBS the whole time, just to keep him covered. But they need to double team Travis Kelce.
They also need to make sure that the run game is more they compromise on the run game, because we saw what happened with Aaron Jones. David Montgomery, from what I saw the 5 minutes, David Montgomery was running all over them. I don't know what happened the rest of the game, so don't quote me. But they got a guy named Isaiah Pacheco, who is a great rusher in the league and also is a great screen catcher. I mean, that one, what was it? I think it was in the Bills game. They called a great screen. Or no, it was in the Ravens game. That's my fault. They called a great screenplay back because of a holding call on the Chiefs. And, I'm excited to see what Isaiah Pacheco can do as well.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, for a guy of his stature, for a back of his, he can move, man. He can move when he gets out in the space, and that's one of the things that I like about him coming out of college. He's a physical back, but he can move, So yeah, they're going to close in on him, but I think it's going to be some really good matchups, so we'll see what happens there. So you guys have your picks already?
I do.
Okay.
I've had my pick ready since the end of last year. I've called it. Hopefully it happens. I've had 49ers winning. I think if I'm going to go by a score, I'll say I don't know, like 31-24. I don't see the Chiefs going over 25 points. I mean, the 49ers have had iffy defensive wise in the playoffs, but I hope they can pick it up. They should be able to pick it up. So I'm going to go 31-24 49ers.
I'm going to go 28-24 Chiefs. I think that last year I doubted them. I got this feeling that they're going to love seeing Taylor Swift on that field, celebrating. Maybe Travis Kelce proposes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But I doubted the Chiefs last year, and I'm not going to doubt them this year. I think that they got it in them. I think that they got it in them. They're going to be able to come out there, and they're going to be able to handle it. Is that what I want to happen? Hell no. No, I don't want that to happen, obviously. But also, if I pick them to win and then they lose, then I'll be really happy with that. So,
Yeah,
Chiefs
right.
28-24.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay?
See, guys, now originally, like I told you guys, I had Baltimore and San Francisco in here, so got one of those right.
Then
Ravens just, run the ball. But anyway, so I guess. See, I want to, go with San Fran, man. But see, man, Patrick Mahomes. I learned my lesson last year. I picked Philly. I have to go with Kansas City this time, man. I got to go with the Chiefs. I mean, this time of year they just get magical. It's kind of like when the Warriors get in the playoffs in the NBA, right? And then they just kind of turn on. I think that's what's happening here. So.
Yeah, you think week in and week out that they're going to lose, like with the Warriors, and then they still come up somehow, some way. And it's going to be in comeback fashion, I'm sure of it. Yeah, not really looking forward to it. Like, I don't really look forward to the Super Bowl at all. But I think you're right, Jay. It's going to be a Chiefs win. Patrick Mahomes gets 2 in 2 years. Going to be interesting.
yeah, I mean, there's two great stories on both sides of the field. There's obviously the Patrick Mahomes story, 5 Super Bowls in 6 years, winning back-to-back ones. And there's also on the other side, the Brock Purdy story that's insane right now. Last pick overall, being thrown into the league last year, bringing into the playoffs, gets hurt, comes back, wins the Super Bowl. That story is amazing. But Chiefs also have the Taylor Swift story that's here now. And I can see
That's
it.
an amazing story.
I can see it already. Next year, somehow the Chiefs will make it back, and Taylor Swift will be the halftime show, so they can both perform together. That would be awesome, right? That would be like bringing so much money for the NFL.
So
I mean, yeah. I think it's possible, even though last year she's like swore she'd never do a Super Bowl.
But she wasn't dating Travis Kelce.
I know, but girls' minds change.
Yes, they do. I think we all can agree on that. Girls do not come for me in the comments. But like I said, it's going to be great. And I was telling you guys this the other night, but like we all know, like whenever there's a stoppage or timeout, we already know where the camera's going to be pointed at. So everybody just brace yourselves. I mean, it's just how it's going to be. I might just have to like put a paper bag over my head or something.
Maybe she won't show up.
There is
She had the concert
the concert in Tokyo the day before too. Not just any.
They're like
anywhere.
13 hours ahead, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's in her favor.
Yeah, I mean, but think about the travel. Wait, it is in Las Vegas. Never
I'm
mind.
sure she has a private jet.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about that. I was thinking go around and then you just go like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know geography. Don't worry. But what's more annoying, to the Taylor Swift story or that iPhone outlet commercial?
Hey, I don't mind that iPhone outlook.
Bro, that commercial is annoying. That's the new Walker commercial.
I forgot about the
It's groovy though. We got some good songs.
It's not groovy. And this whole time I thought it was Don Toliver too. It's not even Don Toliver.
Who is it?
It's some random TikTok guy.
Oh, I also thought it could have been Chance the rapper.
Oh no.
Because it kind of sounds like him a little bit. But
yeah, I'll take that over Taylor Swift any day.
yeah, I will too.
Yeah.
I'll take Whopper Whopper over Taylor Swift.
Yeah, just bring it back, man. Like bring back the Whopper. But maybe no, that song was really annoying. I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, guys. So now, we're going to shift into our Super Bowl trivia. Okay, guys. So it's something.
Congratulations, Nick.
See how much
Bro, I'm
you guys
not counting myself out this. I wouldn't count yourself out this early.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get started here. So first question is, which teams have not appeared in a Super Bowl throughout their?
Oh, I know this. Can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Yes.
All right, Browns, Lions, Texans. Oh, sorry. No, I know this. Browns, Lions, Texans, and Jaguars.
All right. Mike.
Oh, is that not right? He's missing one.
I want to hear your answer too.
Those are the right answers. That's the only teams I think. It's not made the Super Bowl, right? Like hasn't appeared in one. That's the question.
They have not.
Okay.
Made
It's
one
only
at
4
all.
teams, I think.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. That's correct. So
Yeah.
hopefully, hey, man, the Texans.
How should we do this? Should we just be like, oh, me first? Or,
Yeah, whoever just.
Okay.
So
You'll be the tiebreaker if you think.
right. So yeah, those are right. Those are the teams. Hopefully, like I said, soon the Texans will go off of this list. But yeah. Anyway, next question is: what cities have hosted the most Super Bowl games?
Oh my gosh, man!
We've said this one before.
And this one's in freaking Madden too. And I think I got it wrong.
Is it? It's not. Is it Tampa?
No. Keep
They
trying.
said 3.
There's two. It's two teams. They've hosted the most Super Bowls.
Okay, Miami.
Miami's one of them.
Atlanta.
No.
Okay, Miami. Okay, so I got half of it, and then I'm gonna go Glendale, Arizona.
No. So the answer is, so Miami's one of them, and the other one is New Orleans. Superdome.
New Orleans. Oh my gosh.
I
I was gonna say that too, but then you said no to Atlanta. I was like, that made me think differently.
Yeah. Hey.
That's a half a point though.
Yeah, half a point. We'll give it a half a point. I'll be generous.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. The last time we had a Super Bowl here, it was atrocious. So, it was very that was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen. Rams, Patriots. Anyway, yeah. Next question is, what two teams are tied for the most Super Bowl losses?
Oh, Lord, dang.
The Super Bowl losses.
Bills is one. Right?
Wait, so these are 2 teams, right?
Yeah, 2 teams that are tied for the most Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm gonna go Bills and Broncos.
Keep guessing, guys. Keep guessing. Come on,
Oh,
think.
okay.
You still have one more.
The Bills and Bill. No, it won't be the Steelers. I'm thinking of.
I'm gonna go Bills and 49ers.
You know what? Because I'm feeling really generous today, I'm gonna let you guys have one more.
All
Come
right.
on, guys.
Is the Bills
think,
one of
think,
them? Are the Bills one of them? Can you give us that?
No.
The Bills aren't.
Okay.
This is difficult.
So the Bills aren't one of them, right?
Oh,
No.
yeah, they're not. But okay, I was wrong. Okay, yeah, the Broncos are. The Broncos are one of them. Yes, so we got that.
No,
Now,
I need that.
Mike, you should know this one, man.
I should.
Broncos and Patriots.
Yes. The Patriots and
The
Broncos have 5 losses each in the Super Bowl.
Really? I thought.
Yes.
Oh wait, I'm stupid. I was
Let's
thinking about,
go.
I wasn't thinking. I was thinking like back in time more. I was thinking like early 90s and on. I don't know why I wasn't thinking the Patriots. That's my fault.
So yeah, the Patriots. You know, when I found it, I was surprised. I was like, really?
Now it makes now I forgot of like the Bears and the Packers loss.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, I was like, what?
And twice to the Giants.
no, I knew
Yes.
those. I wasn't thinking of the Bears and Packers loss.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike, we had to go down that lane for you, but Super Bowl trivia. Who doesn't like Super Bowl trivia? So,
Right?
but yeah, so that's it, man. Those are the questions. So you guys did all right. You know,
I did pretty good.
Nick, obviously, I'm Super Bowl expert here. So
Told you I'm not good at trivia.
No, bro. Hey, Jay even gave you a hint, man. He was like, "You should know this one."
But yeah, then you just said it right after.
Yeah, I gave you like courtesy time too. I was like, okay, give him a second. It's still gonna say, I was like, okay, Patriots.
were one of them. Yes, Broncos and the Patriots.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, we were both thinking Bills because of the 4, but I guess at 5, man, they were right there. They were at 5 and they had 4. Man, okay.
Yeah. So
They'll get a 5th Super Bowl loss here soon.
Yeah, they're cursed to never win.
yeah. So that was very interesting to know. But yeah, man. Other than that, you know, if you guys had any other last minute thoughts, you know, or tidbits you wanted to add here in the episode before we kind of wrap up.
Think on that, Mike.
The Celtics will win the NBA Finals this year.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, they will. That's my last thing to say. And I will say no more.
Said that the past 2 years.
And this is our year.
What are you, a Cowboys fan? This is our year.
This is our year.
Yeah. Cowboys.
Alabama will have 3 losses next season.
UCF will be national
Actually,
champion for 5 years.
No, I believe. Yeah, I can see that. You know, we're not going to be. See, Alabama fans. A lot of them are very. You know, like I won't say delusional, but like, come on, like they're still expecting. Listen, it's going to be drop off, and this is not. This team will not be SEC champions. They won't. It's going to be some growing pains. So I don't have huge expectations this year for the team. I want to see Milroe grow a little bit more offensively, like he did towards the latter half of the year. I want to see that. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think that USF's gonna win?
Win what, a game?
Win against Alabama this year?
Oh, USF.
No. No. Like I said, dude.
But they made Saban retire.
Yes, according to USF. Yes, I think Saban. They're almost winning against us, and against a backup quarterback lacrosse player.
I love how 14 points is an almost to them too.
Yeah. So.
But the first half.
But the first half, whenever it started to come a torrential downpour, like, come on, bro.
Anyways.
Yeah. So hey, that's cool. We'll get there. In Coach DeBoer, we trust.
Nah.
And yes, Nate. Yes.
Bro, how are people already? I don't know, man. I don't feel good with people already being like, he's the 3rd best coach in the SEC. He's never like played an SEC game yet. Like, how can you say he's the 3rd so far?
Now that I won't say, but I will say I believe he's a good choice to lead this program. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps us up for today's show. Appreciate you guys coming again, Nick
Of course.
and Mike.
Yeah. Thank you.
The call. Make sure y'all check out their show. They put out some great stuff all the time. So please check them out there. And yeah, we'll be talking, guys, of course, like we do. And I will have this up later, so you guys go check it out. We'll
All right.
see y'all next time.
Thank you,
right?
Jay. Thank you.
Of course, man. Thank you guys again.